Okay, we're going to open up this next set with a track from the Moses Jones current release. He's in the studio with us, so when we come back, we'll get to know him, check out some more of his songs, and we'll also give you an opportunity to call in and get a couple of CDs if you so desire. So let's jump into it. From the CD entitled Legendary, here's Moses Jones, and we're going to start off with this track called Funky Cruise. All right, and so there you have it from the current release entitled Legendary. It's from local independent artist Moses Jones, and he's here in the studio with us, and so that track was called Funky Cruise. So first of all, Moses, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me, Skip.
Man, you actually got a gig to run back to when you're done, huh?
Oh, yeah, man. We playing locally at Babes, man.
Okay, you're a busy man, you know. Well, first of all, congratulations on the CD. And as we've talked about it before, some nice songs on the CD. So first question I want to ask you, where are you from, first of all?
Originally, I'm from Defiance, Ohio.
Defiance, I never heard of it. I've heard of Ohio.
Most people haven't heard of Defiance. We're a small little town.
So what's it? What big city is it close to?
Akron, Toledo.
Oh, okay.
It's right there on the side of Michigan.
Okay. All right. All right. So, what all instruments do you play? Because I know there's a variety of pictures with you all over the place playing different instruments. So what all do you play, and which one is like your primary? But which one do you? Which all do you play?
I play tuba, baritone, trombone, saxophone, percussion, keyboards, drums, and a few more. My main ones. Well, I actually play live right now: drums, keyboards, sax, tuba. So I would say those are my main ones, and all the rest of them.
Okay, all right. So who were some of your influences growing up?
I had to grow up listening to a lot of blues, from my dad, and my grandma made me listen to nothing but country.
So, she made you?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, was that torture?
It was torture either way. Dad making you listen to nothing but blues, grandma making you listen to nothing but country, and then mom making you listen to nothing but gospel. So eventually
you just kind of blended it all together, huh?
Exactly. So I love the old school, the 60s, the 70s, how they had the dress, the choreography, and the big sound. So I wanted to recreate that, but do it in a modern way.
Okay. So as far as the CD is concerned, did you do all the writing? Did you collaborate with other people? How did all the songs come together?
Well, I wrote all the music on a CD. I have a couple singers that I work with where they actually wrote the lyrics and stuff, and finished making it the song. But yeah, I wrote all the songs. I've been working on it for about the last 5 years, and finally decided, okay, it's time to put it out. And that's what happened.
Okay. So now, why did you call it Legendary?
The song Legendary on the CD is actually a big meaning. The bass player that we had on the song about 4 years ago went out and wanted to be a beach bum in California for 6 months. He's like, man, I'm going to go out there. I'll be back in about 6 months, and we'll finish working on it. Well, he calls me 6 months later. He's like, I'm on my way back. Let's get together tomorrow and finish recording this. Well, he got back, went home to sleep, and never woke up. He had an aneurysm in his head. He was 25 years old. So we dedicated the song Legendary to him, and it pretty much talks about what did you do today to become legendary? How will people remember you? What kind of effect, did you leave on the world?
Wow. So, it's always interesting to see where various titles and concepts come from, and it's unfortunate that this one came out of the death of a friend. But, hey, you kind of honor him by doing this, huh?
Exactly. Put him on there and everything.
All right. So, the song Funky Cruise, the one we just played, how did that title come about? Did you already have it? Did you have the title first and then the song came, or did the song come and then the title?
I wrote the song, and, we had the nice, groove, the changes, and the singer came in, and he's like, man, this sounds like something you would roll around in California, too, just laid back and stuff. So we decided to make it more like Funky Cruise, so we riding down, listening to some funky jams and just keeping it smooth.
Okay. All right. And of course, Moses, in addition to you, fronting your own band, you're fronting a couple of configurations, but you also have your own major booking network as well. So how did you get into the booking side of things? Which to me, I think it's such a compliment to what you do, because not only can you keep yourself busy, but you keep others busy as well.
Exactly. It came apart. I started my big 12-piece band back in 2009 and did my first show, and this booking agent came by. He's like, man, you guys are great. I'd love to work with you. And I had to start paying them money all the time, I'm like, okay, well, I can do that. Just like anybody, they say they could do it.
Right.
So, 6 months later, I decided, I'm going to start my own company. He's like, why start your own company, man? I got all the contacts. I got everything coming on over to my company, which is Road Dog Touring and Alpine Music Connection.
I'm familiar with them.
And so, we do we work with about 65 national artists doing all the booking for them, tour booking, and about 120 local artists. And so I like to make sure that not only do I book myself, but I keep the community working, bringing more music around the community.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, let's jump in and play another song here. And, of course, course, now, Moses, this show's called A Funk Above the Rest. And, the foundation of what I do here is that groove and funk. But, I mean, we cover the full range of R&B here. At least we try to. But as I was listening to the CD, even though you've got some grooving tracks on it, you got a little rocky and a bluesy track. But this next track is my favorite one on the CD. And because as I was listening to it, I go, man, I really like this song. And then I played it again. Man, I really like this song. And I played it again. I thought, oh, yeah, I really like this song. So guess what? I'm going to play it again.
Well, thank you, man. Let's play it.
So everybody, this is Moses Jones in the studio with us. Their current CD is called Legendary. And this next track is my favorite, but it's more of a mid-tempo song. So Geek, go ahead and hit it. The song is called It's Over.
Try to give you heart and mind, body and soul, but you wanted more, and you sucked the life right out of me. Baby, I tried to fill your life with joy and treat you just like a queen.
You're listening to KZKO The Vibe. I'm Skippy, your funktologist. This is the show that continues to take you a funk above the rest. In the studio with us this evening, Moses Jones. They have a CD out called Legendary. We just played a track off of it called It's Over. And Yeah, Moses, it's become my favorite song on the CD. You know,
Thank you, man.
and sometimes I have a way of like tripping people out because people think like everything all the time, constantly. I want to hear it's got to be slamming constantly, but it's not so. You know, I like stuff, man, that says a variety of moods and expressions and thoughts and feelings, and I like that one. So, who are the two singers on it, male and female?
Okay, on this one, Gary Moore is the male singer, and Joy Jagger, which she has a local band, Thumpin', in town.
Oh,
And so she's the
okay.
front of that band. But yeah, so we have two great vocalists on there.
Yeah.
Really turn it up.
Okay. Well, there's my song. Okay. And hopefully it's y'all's out there as well. And when we're done with the interview, like I said, we'll give you a chance to get a couple of CDs from Moses Jones if you so desire. So, Moses, you mentioned earlier about all these instruments that you play, but how did you get started, playing all of them? I mean, it's one thing that, okay, I picked up, the trombone and okay, but then you moved to this instrument. How did you just keep picking up instruments and learn them well enough to legitimately play them?
Well, honestly, a lot of them were just dreams. Like, last year, I was at a festival, and I was like, it'd be cool if I could play drums one day. Just for one song, it'd be cool. And all of a sudden, now I have my own jazz group playing drums in my little funk group and stuff. So, I just learned, I pick up stuff pretty well. I went through school playing horns and learned how to play sax, tuba, and all that other stuff. But, I just learned pretty quick, and I always want to keep moving on because I feel like if you learn one thing, you're always limited. If you know how to play 50 million things, you're never limited. You can always go anywhere you need to.
That's right. That's for sure. So, evidently, you've had some formal training then.
Yes. Oh, I can read music, write music. I've been in college, high school, and all those other schools. But my dad was a musician, though. He played 4 instruments. He played drums, bass, guitar, and sang. So, I got to see him perform when I was a kid, and his getup was a King Black Joker. So this is a dark black guy wearing a Joker outfit with face paint and the little shoes that look like the Joker.
That's what he did, huh?
And he played blues and by himself, and he'd be on the stage by himself playing to big audiences. So I figured, I was 3 years old dancing up on stage. I was like, I want to do this.
Right. So now you mentioned earlier about, some of the genres or the styles of music that influenced you, but is there any particular artists that, also had an influence on you?
I loved bands like Earth, Wind & Fire. Kool and the Gang, was always a fun band. I always liked their energy. And, of course, there's a big 90s flair, 90s R&B flair on my CD, which, Boyz II Men, the Mariah Careys, all that old school Whitney Houston and stuff. So we wanted to bring back, where I'm, my era, which is the 90s, and also bring back the big bands of the 60s and 70s, but also make it modernized so that it can go over well in today's market. Because, if you bring back the old 70s stuff and it sounds exactly the same, it's going to be exactly that. So.
Right. So I guess, this question, Moses, is probably an obvious one, but what do you really want to accomplish in the entertainment industry? When it's all said and done, what do you want to look back and see from Moses Jones, huh?
I want to see that I keep growing. I want to, of course, I want to make it like everybody else does. But as long as I keep growing, every time I put out a CD, every time I keep, playing and I move up, then I'm doing well. If I start, moving down, then something's going wrong. But, we all have dreams of, becoming a celebrity, and making great music for everybody in the world. But I think this CD will catch on. You don't got too many people, touring with 18 people.
Right. Yeah. You got a heck of a project taking that many people with you, Tower of Power ain't even doing that. And they've always had a big band,
Most people haven't done it since like the 70s when, you had Earth, Wind & Fire bringing their big bands or you had the big groups.
Yeah.
And, because it cost too much.
Yeah.
But, I figure, why not bring back the old school stuff and bring it back the right way. Bring it back, how they used to have the full dance choreography, the full big bands, the horn sections, and just, make it a party.
Okay. All right. So I like to ask artists this question, both majors, independents. What do you like about the business and what don't you like about it?
there's a lot of upsides.
The music business, that is.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Music business, as far as, seeing smiles on people's faces, especially kids, at shows, coming out to dance, and just creating a big expression for a lot of people. Sometimes you might have this song where you come back to and you're like, man, it takes me to a place. I always want my songs to be meaningful. I want them to have a message, and which everyone does. What I don't like about the music business is there's a lot of stagnant sounds going out there where everybody's doing everything electronic. I want to see everybody bring back the real instruments, the real music, and create music more like they did back in the days.
Right.
Nowadays, it just seems to me a little bit more electronic, which is okay, but I want to see more from music. I want to see the music industry working together instead of trying to be better than each other. Let's all work together.
Right. Okay. Well, who knows? Maybe as you keep moving up and moving along, you may have a small role in kind of helping to, bring that back.
I'd love the opportunity.
And I know, of course, I'm from the old school too. I'm a musician myself. I drummed for 35 years and I did the whole touring thing, traveling and all that. But live music and live instruments still is what hits me here, because that's what I grew up on. It's kind of like if you grew up on home cooking, then processed food and canned food, even though you can eat it, but it's not the same.
It's not the same. I grew up, in Midwest, South, and, it's
Right.
good home cooked.
That's right. I understand that. So, okay, let's go ahead and get one more track on from the CD. Once again, everybody, we're speaking with Moses Jones, and the current CD is called Legendary. And we're going to go ahead and go to one of the more groovers and shakers tracks on this CD. And this track is called Shake It. So everybody check it out right here at KZKO The Vibe.
Where it's alright to be a freak.
All right. You're tuned digitally into KZKO The Vibe. We're found at kzkoradio.com. I'm Skip, your funktologist. This is the show that will always keep you a funk above the rest. We just finished listening to the track called Shake It. It's from the current release entitled Legendary from Mr. Moses Jones, and he's here in the studio with us. And we wanted to introduce you to his music and to what he's got going on. So we'd like to hopefully have you go out and support him in his activity as your circumstances allow. So now, Moses, one thing about the release, it's definitely all live musicians on there, and you can feel it, you can hear it, which is in support of what you just said. You want to kind of get back to the kind of that old way of doing things, getting real musicians to play real music. Huh?
Yeah. There's a big difference. There's a big feeling.
Yeah, there is, you know. So that one's called Shake It, and that's one of the ones that you guys are kind of putting out there, you know, as one of the lead tracks from the CD.
Yeah, it's more the dance one, get you out on the dance floor and partying.
Right. So you got 10 tracks on the CD. And Moses, you know, tell everybody, you know, where they can stay in touch with you and just follow what's going on with you, what websites, if you got a phone number what you want to give out. So just give that information out there to our listeners.
You can check me out at www.mosesjones.net, find out where we're playing, check out new updates, new releases that we might be doing. And check us out on Facebook at Moses Jones fan page. Check us out on YouTube, Moses Jones. Also, you can get our CD at CD Baby at CD Baby /Legendary4. And check us out, like us, subscribe to us, fan us back, and follow us where we are. We'll hopefully be in a city near you.
Okay, all right. So again, I know you've got a couple of different configurations of bands. Just very quickly, what are the different configurations that you currently fronting or leading or backing?
Well, of course, the CD, you know, that's my 18-piece orchestra, is one of the Moses Jones Rock Funk Orchestra. We have Mr. J and the Smooth Expressions, which is a 12-piece cover band doing top 40, funk, R&B, disco, Motown, and all the rest. We also have a band called the Mash Masters, where we take all the old and new school songs and mash them together. So we might be doing a Stevie Wonder song but singing Beyonce on top of it, and we all dress up as different artists from what we perform as. And then, of course, I have my jazz quartet and quintet and all the rest of them.
Okay, all right. So everybody, once again, Moses Jones. They can check you out at mosesjones.net,
yes.
Right? Okay, because, you know, website is no doubt a good place to just stay in touch and stay in contact.
And we're always putting new updates on there, and anything that we might be doing, you'll know about it.
Okay. Well, Moses, thank you for coming in. I know you got to get back to a gig, and thank you for taking the time out to come to us and bringing some CDs down and sharing your music with us. So we wish you the best in all of your future activity, and we'll be supporting you here, and we hope your listeners will also.
Well, thanks for having me, and of course we'll keep listening on to KZKO The Vibe.
Okay.